What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back giving another Trove on the PC. I know it's been millions of years since we ended up having a PC episodes, and I'm sorry about that, everybody. No, seriously. I'm standing because it's starting to become a habit for me to be standing in videos, but I don't have like a standing desk, so I can't, you know, mouse and keyboard it and stuff. But anyways, how y'all doing, folks? Hope you're doing fantastic, wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. We're hanging out here in Team Pixel 5. Oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot of information that I've got to share with all of you. It's very, very exciting. I have actually been grinding like crazy and getting insane random generation luck. So there's lots of crazy stuff going on with Trove. Obviously, I'm assuming that most of you have seen my video where I talked about like the pay to win update that's coming out and stuff like that. Generally speaking, it seems most people are planning to quit Trove when that update hits. I don't blame you. I'm still gonna keep playing and probably end up milking my wallet dry. But I wanted to talk about some crazy stuff that is going to be going on that is going to actually be very positive. Not only the stuff that's going to affect my character and what's been going on with that, but I do want to say very, very quickly that all of the gems, like all of the minor little baby gems, are actually going to be getting a 30% increase in their stats, meaning that we're going to be a lot stronger, doing even more damage over the high, like, cap of 100 million damage, right? And the devs have also talked about new emblems that they're going to be making for like the power rank and stuff, which tells me that they're starting to prepare for U10 and whatever update is going to end up happening with the story update and the Shadow Tower boss or something. The devs have actually talked about U10, so it is definitely a thing that is going to be added, most likely with that big, big elaborate update that they keep talking about, right? But another thing that they have talked about as well, because the gems are going to affect us next week. That update is going to be coming with the pay to win update, as far as I know. Maybe not, don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure that that update's going to include that stronger gem stuff. Maybe they're just testing it out, I don't know. But gem stats are going to be able to be re-rolled eventually as well. I'm pretty sure they're planning that with the big, big update. Not sure which stats get re-rolled. I just heard from everybody that watched the streams that the stats are going to be re-rolled or something, so of course there will be more information as it develops. But as far as stuff that's been going on with me, what? No. The prophecy is true. And even though I am actually a 21.1k PR Neon Ninja, I am Still not 250 for the Dragonite shard, but who cares about that? And even more than that, I am still nowhere near top 10. Actually, I'm pretty close. I'm very surprised how close I ended up getting. But the funny thing, just to put this into perspective, folks, because I've talked about this many, many times in the past, and if you're just tuning into the series, or if you're a Trove console player and you're tuning in just to see the big old 21k PR thing, the funny thing is, I actually was at 20.9k PR, and I ended up swapping out one of my gems for one that was a lot weaker, mind you, but it had more to the total power rank, and then it ended up boosting me to 21. I'm actually doing like 3 or 4 mil less damage just for the sake of having that sweet old 21. So just to give you a perspective of my stats here, we've got 95k raw physical damage, so of course that gets scaled up with everything, and then just 101.8 crit hit, a little bit too much crit hit, whatever, 15.8k critical damage, or 10, well, yeah, you know what I mean, you can read it right there, but my crit damage should actually be a lot higher. That would be the ideal if I could randomly get dumb luck on my gems, but the whole thing is that I got so super duper lucky within these past couple weeks of just randomly grinding and stuff, that suddenly, bam, I was at like 19k, suddenly just jump right up to 21. Not to mention, if you didn't check out my last video about crafting my final, my third and final diamond dragon, or empowered dragon, primordial dragon, whatever. But I have all 3 of those dragons. If you didn't already check those out, you know, I pretty much paid to win my way to getting the last primordial dragon, because I had another video, hashtag spoilers, where I opened 106, I think it was 106 empowered gems, gem boxes, and I didn't get a single diamond dragon egg. So I just thought, screw this, and I just bought, you know, I bought credit pouches, I sold those, and then I bought myself some dragonite, and I made myself the fire dragon. And then, now I actually still have a couple of those credit pouches that I'm going to be saving for that pay to win update, and hopefully be able to cash in quite a bit. If you haven't already seen, folks, it's insane. Patron alone is already boosted up to 770k. Nobody's gonna be able to afford this, let alone no one's gonna buy it to any of the freaks that are trying to sell it for this overpriced garbles. Like, no thank you. Now, the big reason, if you didn't already check out the pay to win update, because I know most of you are busy people, myself included, that's where I try to steer my content towards those types of people. They're gonna be having that big pay to win update. It's gonna bump the tradable patron down to 15 days, and even then it's not gonna be a tradable patron anymore. Instead, you're gonna have to buy it just with credits. So everything about the marketplace here, the player market, we're pretty much gonna be able to trade for resources, and that's pretty much it. Outside of that, we're gonna have to be trading credit pouches, which they're at 85k right now. I would assume that's only going to end up going up, or potentially going down like crazy, but it depends. You know, there's lots of things that are in the player market that I personally think are going to end up exploding because of the fact that pay to win players are going to have a much easier, like, technically speaking, pay to win players can get Titan treasures every now and then from the random deals, right? But now they're actually going to have a consistent way that they can buy Titan treasures, which means they're going to be able to technically buy as much flux as they want for real life trading. And essentially that's going to end up lowering the market, well, not lowering the market value of everything, but it's like it's gonna lower the market value of flux that free-to-play players, I'm just expecting anyway. This is just me speculating. If 5,000 people don't end up quitting this game, and you know, it's only old farts like myself, and most of the are old Trove players, but we'll see what ends up happening. It would mean that the ratio of people actually buying stuff for flux would just skyrocket, you know, because suddenly all these pay to win players would have access to an infinite amount of flux, thus being able to, like, say you're a pay to win player and you could buy a credit pouch for 85k. That's nothing for a full-on pay-to-win player, and thus they're gonna buy all of those, obviously, because then they're getting the bang for their buck. You know, they're probably like, I don't know what the numbers would be on that one, the ratio on that, but it's like how much money do you actually spend on Titan treasures in order to actually trade it in for credits? Does it end up being more worth your while? I'm assuming most likely, and because of that, the market's gonna end up exploding, right? And the other thing too, you can't see right here, I am still, at least for right now, top 100 mastery. So hopefully I'll stay in the top 100 for quite some time. I would only assume, because now it's starting to get like it's like everybody is so super duper close to each other's like rank as far as the mastery is concerned. And honestly speaking, outside of the fishing badge, that's pretty much the last thing that I actually can grind and get that would end up giving me mastery. And then everything else that gives mastery, I just have no idea what it is in the first place, right? But I started working on my fish badge as much as I could, because there was, it's not on right now, but last week there was the whole like double fishing speed. It was marvelous. I spent maybe 5 hours total. That's a solid non-stop fishing. Not necessarily 5 hours in a row. I'm talking over the course of the week, you know, of just 5 hours of solid fishing. And I was able to make quite a dent. Is that in the socials one? Yeah, there it is. So I was able to get up to 6,922 before last week. Before I even started fishing, I was at, I think, 4,000. So I made a pretty big impact, but it's nowhere near, I'm not even halfway to getting the 15,000, which is ridiculous. Like, I personally still think this badge should be nerfed, because we're talking, you know, I'd have to redo the calculation, but I'm pretty sure it's something like, what, 5 days, full 24-hour days of just fishing, you know, no other gameplay, no nothing, like, whatever it is, it's ridiculous to expect players to end up grinding something like this, especially because the average fish, outside of events that end up doubling the fishing timer, the average fish takes maybe 30 to 40 seconds, so that's kind of where I based all those calculations off of, right? And then also the big thing that's going on in Trove right now that I haven't talked about, and most people are kind of talking about, but we at the same time are just kind of in shock that the devs actually let something like this slide, is abilities can be spammed. Not player abilities, mind you, boss abilities. Certain boss abilities can actually be spammed. If you go into an Ultra Tower and a boss ends up generating with that poison cloud, GG, you better just respawn and re-roll that boss, because he's gonna spam it all over the screen and have either your computer crash or your character explode in 2 seconds, because there's no way any character can tank that. I mean, Tomb Raider probably still could, but either way, it's just insane. Now, here's the funny thing, is this bug, whatever this is, whatever this line of code is that one of them just accidentally deleted, actually applies to lots of other abilities as well, including allies. So one of the ones that just goes to show how long this bug has actually been in the game, I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago, in fact, somebody ended up telling me, I'm sorry, I forget who, but they were telling me how the Flame Dancer made them invincible. And it does right now if you actually use this thing, because damaging enemies has a chance to spawn a healing energy regenerating flower. Now that ability has no cooldown. Normally it has an internal cooldown. It doesn't right now. So long as you don't get one shot, like if an enemy takes you to 1 HP, you'll instantly heal out. If it just one-shots you, then of course it can't heal when there's no health there, right? But the funny thing is, start experimenting with all the different allies and stuff, because Joe, my good friend Nintendo Gamer, was actually, you know, I was just talking with him in the Discord the other day, and he was saying how, yeah, did you know that a lot of the Dragonling allies, let me actually show you this right here, but their abilities actually aren't on cooldown either, because most of these guys, I honestly, I didn't even know this because I never use these allies, right? And normally the chance of this actually happening is very, very low, but damaging enemies has a chance to blast them with fire. Now, he was just messing around, and apparently, like, these things are, they're boss, man. Like, they can kill, you know? So it's just insane to think that the devs not only ended up, like, them adding a bug like this, you know, that's fine. An issue like this comes up every now and then. The fact that it hasn't been hotfixed so quickly, I'm honestly surprised, you know, like, really. I know that the devs are focused like crazy on the new content update, plus they actually want to roll that out on the console versions at the same time, which I'm sure is keeping them busy. You know, we don't expect that update to end up coming out anytime soon, honestly, because, like, what's gonna end up happening? They're gonna put this new pay-to-win update coming out, and then the console is getting its launch event where that's gonna end up coming out, and what? In like next month, they're gonna be like, oh, here's the next big update. Like, I personally think that's gonna be quite a while away, especially with all the crazy stuff that they are changing. Now, on the test server as well, you can actually go into the tutorial world, and while they seem to have broken it, like, beyond repair, it's a very low chance that you can even get through the tutorial. You just gotta get lucky because there's so many glitches going on in it right now. But the fact of the matter is that they actually have, like, they've changed it quite a bit. They've changed the UI quite a bit as well. One of the things that I noticed, and, you know, we'll talk about all of that stuff in more detail as it ends up coming out to the game, but they ended up having, like, it's like they have this really, really annoying flashing light that pretty much shows up in the bottom left of your screen, showing you don't have Patron. Buy Patron, buy it, you know? And I mean, I really hope that doesn't end up sticking around. But anyways, this video's gone on long enough just to update you on a couple things. Sorry we didn't end up getting any grinding done, but I mostly just wanted to give you a quick update, everybody, and let you know I've actually been playing the PC more than the other versions. It's just I haven't really had the time to record them because I've been super duper busy with all the crazy other stuff and, you know, getting the 21K PR. Now, one thing I do want to mention too, because lots of people, you know, I want to always reiterate this point that me getting to 21K PR had nothing to do with skill. It's random number generation. I could have gotten 21K day one of Mantle of Power, but I didn't. I was one of the unfortunate few that only ended up getting it now, almost a year later. And even then, I view it as, you know, I still see it as very, very fortunate because I could have never gotten this much power in the first place. But in any case, you know, my character is definitely strong, to say the least. I can't one-shot a U9 boss, you know, without a flask, but I get them to the tiniest bit of health that I just need to swing my sword at them 2 times, and then they're dead. So at least I can grind without taking a pot. And if I do take a pot, I definitely do over 1 mil damage, or over 100 mil damage. So that's over max damage for my ninja. And it's been a blast, you know, oh, pardon me, water went down the wrong tube. Either way, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. We got some crazy big updates coming to Trove very, very soon, and I'm excited about it, even if the pay-to-win update's gonna ruin it for a lot of people, unfortunately. And lots of updates coming to the channel as well, if you didn't end up checking my video out recently talking about big changes to the channel. Either way, I very much appreciate you watching, and I appreciate all of your continued support for me over all of the years, months, weeks, days, in fact. Whenever you end up showing up, I just want to say welcome to the party, and thank you so much for your support. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.